All right, here we go. Going to have a new lesson today. One of my students, Timo Harrakka. Sorry if it's pronounced another way. He sent me his video. He's now a member of Patreon, and as a benefit of being a $25 or above Patreon, he can send me videos, and I'll do online lessons. So I think there's a lot to be learned from his lesson. I think it's going to be really good because I like what he's doing. And I think that we're really going to see some things I really want to show. So first thing he's doing is he's doing a no step. So let's watch his no step. Okay, that was the first one. Let's watch it again. Okay, outstanding. Then he does it again. Here we go. All right. Okay, so look at how good he's doing that. Now, it's not perfect, but look how he gets loaded up. He's putting his head over his hip, and he's getting loaded up, and he's cranking up his left side around his right. Wow, that's good. Look how good that is. See, now he's got a nice deep hip turn. His foot's off the ground. I mean, this is Bubba Watson, if he had the golf club up here, he'd have a big old crank going on there. I'm digging it. He's got his foot up off the ground. His knee is going toward his other knee. That's so good. Now he's letting his spine move forward laterally, but not throwing his head forward. And he's getting his other foot back on the ground. Now, at this point, he shouldn't be pushing so much. He should have already started his hip down and through. So that's going to make his kick a little late. But I was so happy with how well he cranked up into it. He's getting over to this foot. He should have already started firing this knee back around to bring his knees back closer together. So let's go another frame. And so he ends up here in this position that I see a lot, which is both feet flat on the ground. So at this point, this foot should already be up and this knee should be up here. Okay. Now, that's a subtle thing, but it's incredibly important. But I just want to point out how really well he really did do this quite well. It kind of went bad right at the end because he's not really getting his left side to fire. See how at this point he should already be trying to get his left. Well, that's not bad. See, he catches back up a little bit. But watch, because this knee is so late, it should be up here. This foot should be completely off the ground by this point. This would actually have his hip out in front of his shoulders, but they're not. They're actually trailing his shoulders a little bit. Okay, so that's not good. But all in all, pretty good motion. We'll see. Now, you'll see because he's so late, you'll see his left leg just end up straight. It did nothing. It's just hanging there. He's actually dragging. Now he's actually dragging his trailing side. And as a result, you'll see his leg kind of flop over. Flop. See, it just kind of flopped over. Because he was actually just dragging it. Because it never actually rotated. In golf, they call that turning in a barrel. It never rotated here so that his knee would trail in behind his other knee, which would compact his follow through. So as a result, his left leg is flopping way out here. See that a lot on a lot of people posting their videos. All in all, a pretty darn good one step. It's certainly a good start, and he's throwing in the snow, which I know has got to affect his grip on the ground. But I think there's a lot to be learned from this. Let's watch it one more time. I'll play it in full speed here. And now look for all the things that I said. Okay. Could you see how he was dragging? Let's turn it down to quarter speed. Watch it again. Okay, here we go. Now, again, look for the appearance of his left side basically being dead. It's just not doing much of anything. It's actually dead weight because he's pushing, not rotating. Okay, but he's got a great load up. Look at that. Good shift back. I love it. And then he's going to crank that left side up around his right, and then right there he's dead. He's actually throwing with his shoulders and not with his kick from the bottom. Okay, I'm going to turn it back to full speed. I don't want to make this too long. I may have to make it into 2 videos because it's so good. There's so much good stuff here. I want to go look at his down the line. So now he's going to do the X step. Now, okay, I just want to show you, if you've been watching my videos and you can't see what he's doing by this point, then I'm not a very good teacher. I mean, it's pretty obvious what he's doing. It is exactly what I've been covering in every other video. There's none of the good wind up around his rear leg. It's all gone. The great thing he had on the no step throw is completely gone. He's essentially just stepping through his X step with no rotation onto the back leg. Here he should already be cranking. See, he didn't do anything. He just basically took steps in reverse. So you can see it's the same thing. This knee should already be way up here. But there was no, he probably can throw just as far with a no step as he can with an X step because there's no actual wind up happening. And it's because he's not swinging on his back foot, which is, I don't want to go over and over and over again because I have done 3 or 4 lessons in a row on this. And I think if you've been watching my lessons, you should be able to see it. Watch. It's more like a step than it is a rotation and another rotation. And as a result, you see, like, again, his shoulder's actually in front of his hip at this point. Because he's actually dragging this. It's slowing him down. It's not speeding him up. And I think at some point everybody's going to teach what I'm teaching because the left side is the speed. And if you don't have a powerful left side, you're actually slowing yourself down by dragging it. See, so his left hip is actually dragging behind his left shoulder. Okay, and the last thing is, I want to show the down the line real quick just to end the lesson. He's throwing way across the line, which is part of the problem. So when we're going to see it from down the line. Okay, so down the line, boom. He's pointed. Look at his tracks. The tracks in the snow tell the story. They look like this. Where did the disc go? Let's see. Where did the disc go? Oh, there it was. It's way over there. It's going like this. That's like 45 degrees. That's 60 degrees. Okay. I don't know how to say that. That's just not how people should be throwing. That should be obvious. When we're practicing, we've got to set up some lines on the ground. We've got to find a parking lot to throw down, something, so you can see he's actually walking this way and throwing this way. And obviously, the two things are related. He has to come over the top with his shoulders to get back online, right? And I don't mean to beat this to death, but it's kind of, I don't know, this should be like basic 101 spin and throw. Like, it's the most basic things. I've covered this, and I know I've got new students, I know, but if you watch through the videos, this doesn't work. Yeah, that's an over the top throw. I mean, I have a video that looks exactly like me doing that. So I don't mean to sound impatient. I'm just, I guess that I'm a little impatient. But I think he's doing great. I think there's some great potential here. Don't think that I think that with doing the correct corrections, this could look really good. I mean, actually, he's getting his disc into the tuck, and then the problem is the tuck, the outward part should be going toward that little blue thing out there. Considering this line on the ground, the outward part would be, if anything, either right over the top of his head or slightly parallel to it, but it's going over here. So he has to throw his shoulders past his hips. You can see his hip is here and his shoulder's already out in front of it. We'll go slow and you'll see it's an over the top with the shoulders throw. So here we go. Slow. Yeah. See, hips trailing behind. That's anybody who ends up with this wee with the leg coming around, it's because you're dragging your rear, the left side. You're not actually firing it. You're dragging it. Okay. I think that's awesome. I think there's some great potential there. I think the snow really did help, actually. You can really see it. Um, and I hope he's happy with the lesson. And I really think everybody should join my Patreon. Send me lessons. I would be more than happy to do this for everybody. I think it's kind of fun. And especially when somebody's done me a good video compilation like this where I've got all the different views, that really does help. And it also helps to watch the videos I already did. So join my Patreon, join my spin and throw group. I'm assuming everybody already has. Thank you. Catch you later.